Call in, connect. To speak to Randi, call 561-270-3844. 561-270-3844.
John?
Would the senator yield for a question?
You have no timing, Chuck.
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
See, he's doing the dance.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Order.
Order.
The chair does not wish to take away from this moment, but I think the best way to honor this great accomplishment to our guests in the gallery, to make a rare exception and let you stand to show your appreciation, I will not constrain my fellow senators. Thank you. I'm Chuck Schumer. I have yielded for a question, and you asked me, did I know? I know now.
Yay. I mean, that was a beautiful thing. That was at 7:18 because Strom Thurmond in 1957, who was filibustering against civil rights in these United States, and he was lobbying he was filibustering for segregation, was beaten. He was beaten yesterday. His record was broken. The only thing that should ever be broken in Washington, but everything else is being broken in Washington by Elon Musk. Cory Booker broke the thing that should have been broken, that needed to be broken, and that was Strom Thurmond's filibuster record of 24 hours and 18 minutes. That's why at 7 o'clock and 18 minutes after, he was interrupted in a weird moment. I mean, Chuck Schumer has no timing. I gotta say. That was like the most amazingly inappropriate, awkward moment. He was just about to say something to John Lewis. He was bursting into tears, remembering John Lewis's saying of get into good trouble. Sometimes you have to get into good trouble to make things happen. And just as he was about to, there were two things I was wondering. Like, why did Chuck Schumer interrupt him at this very poignant moment? And two, was he wearing Grampers? How do you stand on the floor for 24 hours? How do you do that without having to go pee? And he was doing the pee-pee dance right there. I saw it. And I'm like in awe, because I have to go every hour. So, it's not normal what's going on with me. Not that I can get my doctor to call me back. Okay. Welcome to medicine in Florida. But, I was very, very happy to see that he broke that record, because that was something that needed to be broken, okay? And he wasn't done. He wasn't done. He went for another 45 minutes. I think he did 25 hours. I forget how many minutes, but 25 hours.
But I know who does have the power. The people of the United States of America. The power of the people is greater than the people in power. It is time to heed the words of the man I began this whole thing with, John Lewis. I beg folks to take his example of his early days, where he made himself determined to show his love for his country at a time the country didn't love him, to love this country so much, to be such a patriot that he endured beatings savagely on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, at lunch counters, on freedom rides. He said he had to do something. He would not normalize a moment like this. He would not just go along with business as usual. He wouldn't know how to solve it But there's one thing that he would do that I hope we all can do that I think I did a little bit of tonight. He said for us to go out and cause some good trouble, necessary trouble, to redeem the soul of our nation. I want you to redeem the dream. When our founder said we must mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. We need that now from all Americans. This is a moral moment. It's not left or right, it's right or wrong.
Yay.
Let's get in good trouble. My friend, Madam President, I yield the floor.
Beautiful. Really stunning. History making. Incredible. The record that needed to be broken. The only thing that in Washington that really needed to be broken. Strom Thurmond's record. Even Strom came around. I don't know how many people understand that Strom Thurmond came around. He stopped being like, a segregationist after, the 60s and everything. And I don't know if he did it because he realized his quest was futile or because he realized his quest was immoral, decrepit, evil, ugly, a decaying philosophy that needed to die and be put into the dustbin of history. And now Donald Trump wants to reach into that dustbin and resurrect those ashes of a burned out way of life. The idea that they are going for segregation and that everything that's happening in front of our face now is all to make Donald Trump, how this is so weird. I read a very earth-changing, life-changing, mind-changing article today, which is very rare. It's very rare that somebody would write something like this. But it was written by David Graham, who wrote an entire book, apparently, about this that I haven't read. He is, wait for it, an author in, who does he write for? Who? That's right, The Atlantic. One of my favorite magazines, the one that Donald Trump hates the most, turned out to be one of my faves. Okay, really, it's right up there. It's been up there with, when Vander Heuvel was running the nation. I was up there, with Mother Jones in the day, back in the day. So The Atlantic. So David Graham is an author, and he wrote this. It's not that long. 7-page article. It's in the homework. It's the top goal of Project 2025. And he's telling us that their top goal is still to come. And the top goal is not just dismantling the federal bureaucracy. It's not just sealing the border. It's not just securing our God-given individual rights to live freely if you are a white man. Seriously. But it's also to restore the family as the centerpiece of American life. That means a lot of families in American life are going to have to be broken. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.